Hi, my name is Ashton.
My name's Eli.
Alright.
We're making a video because we're cool like that. Yeah, so we thought it'd be interesting to compare our experiences because I've been on T for 3 years and he's been on for 3 weeks, and just seeing where we're at and comparing and contrasting. Well, what I can remember from all of those long years ago with my T changes then versus his T changes now. So
The first one I'm going to mention, I don't think you have anything to say, but since I already brought up nightmares, one really great thing I hope doesn't go away is I haven't had any nightmares.
since being on T?
Yeah. Like, the day I started, they went away. And I've had, I could remember dreams with more frequency, and I've basically remembered one dream a week where I should be remembering 3 or 4. Then also, during the first week, I had a really interesting thing with my, appetite, because I would be hungry normal, at normal times. But then, I would have to force myself to eat because the first thing I touched on my tongue, I felt full.
Really?
Yeah.
I noticed that, when I first started, I got super hungry, all the time. And, it was a different sort of, before I was on T, you'd have, different, hunger pains or something. Mm-hmm. But, after I got on T, it would be I was starving, and it was super, it was urgent that I eat right now. Instead of it just being oh, I'm hungry, I could eat, sort of deal. It was I remember when I first started working out, I'd have that super hunger after a workout. But this was that sort of super urgent hunger without having worked out.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't get the whole full thing.
Yeah, then actually, after a week, my appetite kind of went back to normal. And, sometimes it seems like it increased, and then other times it seems like it's just the same. I have fluctuation days where, some days I'll eat the same amount I would pre-T, and then other days I just eat a shit ton. But physical activity makes me hungrier. I have noticed that. I usually eat once every 12 hours, but we've been working together, and this is a very physical job we're doing, restoring houses and such. Mm-hmm. And I'll get really hungry after 4 hours of eating my last meal, which is a new experience. Well, not a new experience, but something I'm not used to anymore.
Yeah.
And then I haven't gotten oily or anything. I have noticed that I'm a little bit warmer, and that makes my armpits stickier. So I used to get away with only applying deodorant once a week, and now I have to put it on every day.
Well, I do notice that pretty quickly after I started T, my scent changed. But I've always been a sweaty guy, even before T, and that didn't really change. But I did notice that my, actual smell changed a little bit.
It's I sweated in my armpits and such. I sweated.
But it wasn't as,
But, for it to actually get
odor-ish?
sticky, it's not even body odorish now, either.
Okay.
It's just when you lift up your arms,
wet.
it's it's ripping a Post-it note off or something.
I do know that, pretty quickly after I started T, I would sweat at the least provocation. The whole, dripping sweat down the side of my face. And I'm a bigger guy anyway, but this was an entirely different experience, where it was just, seriously, my hair would get wet, and I would like start dripping sweat down the side of my face instead of before it was just like a light glistening.
A nice light glisten, a
Yeah.
sheen.
A sheen of sweat. But now it was like I had just been in a hot box or something.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that sweaty yet. Like I've been
I think
sweaty.
it's a combo of the testosterone and being big.
So my libido has always been like really high. My libido is about the same. The sensitivity of the area is different though, which, you know, is like the icing on the cake for just like already thinking about it all the time before. And also, it's made me need less orgasms, which is nice.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
By the way, my libido definitely
Oh,
picked
yeah.
up when I started T. Like I've always been mostly a one and done kind of guy. And it's been about the same. Like it was pretty like when I first started T, it was more noticeable and kind of interesting that way, but it hasn't changed since then. I haven't gotten more horny as I've been on T for longer.
Yeah, mine is like, I haven't gotten more horny, but the frequency of taking care of things has increased because of the decrease in numbers. Singing voice is currently funny because I can't hit the high notes, and I listen to a lot of lady singers. And so singing along with that is really funny, especially the longer they hold the note.
I remember when I first started T, like my voice thickened up. I don't know. It didn't actually like drop until like the 4th or 6th month after being on T, but it definitely had decreased in range that I could do.
I think that's kind of what's happening to me.
Yeah,
Is like I already like deepen my voice for speaking
on purpose.
but when I'm singing, I'll do whatever because it's singing.
Yeah.
And I listen to a lot of chicks, so, you know, woohoo, I can hit their range. Not really anymore, though. And then the last thing on my list is muscles. People say they're
Oh, wait. You can't see
bigger,
it's out of screen.
but I don't really know. I think my arms look the same size, it's just the definition's better. Which makes me feel like I'm getting more gain for, you know, like either less or the same amount of exercise.
That's nice. So, I don't know. Pretty much when I started T, I ran into some health problems pretty quick that caused me to stop working out. So I don't know how much testosterone really affected my muscles because I wasn't working out. Actually, one of the things that happened was I was on a pretty high dose of T and I was only taking it monthly, and I had started getting water retention really, really bad. So within the first 2 or 3 months that I was on T, I want to say, I had gained 20 pounds of water. And that was horrible. I had balloon legs. It was really gross.
I believe it.
Yeah. So, but once I got my dose worked out better so that I'm, instead of taking a large dose once a month, I started taking a smaller dose twice a month. Now, when I do any like physical activity or strength training stuff, the effects last longer and the gains come quicker. But that, I didn't notice, like I wasn't working out when I first started T, so I don't know how quickly that starts with testosterone. Like that was only like at least a year and a half after I started T was when I actually did a course of working out, and that's when I noticed the changes. That's when I got my massive biceps.
You got massive biceps on you, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, but somebody else recently was all like, "You haven't had any mood swings?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Really?" Yeah. But then again, I probably can't tell because I've already been kind of feeling like I have mood swings anyway, because everything's shit.
Well, yeah. Like that's
I mean, when your circumstances are such that it makes you have mood swings anyway, starting testosterone, it feels like there's no difference there.
Yeah, like I noticed when I started testosterone, like it seemed like my general mood and my ability to control my emotions at least improved. And some of that was the fact that I was on T, and yay, I'm making a big step in my life. But other parts of that was, I do think, was the effect of testosterone. But I did notice that when I did get depressed, it was a deeper type of depression and than I had experienced before. But that's pretty much the only change I noticed with my mood stuff. But like other than that, it actually seemed to even things out a little bit, but not really that much.
Yeah.
Like I really think that it's important. Like tea is a really big part of my life. It enables me to pass pretty much like, yeah, which is great. I really appreciate that. Which, I mean, I think the job that I'm doing right now and the person I'm working with right now would not be quite as accepting of me if I wasn't on testosterone or if I wasn't passing. I think that's just whatever. I don't know. I don't really think that that's a bad or a good thing. I just think that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I work as a general contractor now. And it's a very male dominated.
Gotta look scruffy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Some things it does matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I mean, like I passed fairly well, but one of the things that I really wanted before looking for a new job is like, I mean, I'm 27, so I don't look that way, but I do pass often. And, you know, the one thing, I changed my name last year. The one thing I was worried about on job applications was that damn F. But now that's changed too, so it's all like, if I went into an interview, into an interview, you know, and had an application and all that stuff, like none of it matters anymore because I'm passable and I have that down. That part's the most important there. Alright.
What's that?
I don't know. I think it's over.
Okay. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye!
Watch our video or I'll kill you.